Jennifer Coolidge was in a career slump before her comeback role in The White Lotus. That is, until a world-famous pop star gave her a much-needed boost. Here's how the Emmy winner went from the outskirts of Boston to Hollywood superstardom. Jennifer Coolidge was born in 1961 and grew up on the outskirts of Boston. Though Coolidge may seem like a natural-born comedian, it seems that as a child, her talent took a while to show through. In fact, when she was young, she came across as a little spaced out. Her parents actually worried she had a cognitive disability. She was even given a series of cognitive tests. Coolidge recalled to In Style. The questions were like, which one of these things is a tree and which is a spoon? For Coolidge, the thought of performing couldn't have been further from her mind. She told the Irish Times, "If you were a girl in my town, you just didn't think that way. We went to see men perform in bands and in comedy. As a girl, you were just supposed to be pretty. You were supposed to be a nice girl." As a young woman, Jennifer Coolidge decided to pursue a career in acting, serious acting. So, she packed up and moved to New York City in her early 20s. Coolidge arrived in New York with huge ambitions. She told Du Jour, "I had grand thoughts. Massive. I thought I could come from my little town and have a lead in something like Pretty Woman." However, she soon found that the industry wasn't exactly easy to break into. In fact, she did more waitressing than acting. She even briefly worked alongside Sandra Bullock. As she told In Style, her main problem was connecting with her emotions, so she struggled along until one day a friend recommended she try improv. And just like that, Coolidge discovered the world of comedy. After a difficult decade in New York as an out-of-work actor, Jennifer Coolidge found herself slipping into the underworld of New York's late-night party scene. Soon, she had developed a cocaine habit. Eventually, Coolidge realized that her habit had become dangerous, and she ended up in rehab at the age of 27. In some ways, it was a blessing in disguise. She told the Los Angeles Times, "I hit my bottom at 27. Thank God for cocaine. It all came to a head at 27. And I sort of went to rehab, and then I actually was able to refocus my life. And in some ways, my life became so simple." Shortly after getting sober, Coolidge moved to LA, and soon she landed her first few significant roles. After years of perseverance in both New York and Hollywood, Jennifer Coolidge finally landed a role that would prove to set the wheels in motion when she was 31. She was cast as a masseuse on Seinfeld, who briefly dated Jerry. As the actress told GQ, it was her first real role, and she only got it thanks to a resume filled with made-up shows. Coolidge told the outlet, "I didn't really have any jobs before that. I only had lies on my resume." While it was a small role, it helped put her on the map. Coolidge told GQ, "After my episode aired, all these people, all these casting directors that would never let me through the door, well, it kind of changed a lot for me." And Coolidge was thrilled for another reason. She got the chance to prove herself to her mother. The actress told the Los Angeles Times, "My mother was dying at that point, but she knew that had happened, and I was glad. I was having a terrible time navigating everything, and she thought nothing cool would ever happen for me, so that was good." After Seinfeld, Jennifer Coolidge soon found herself landing role after role after role. She soon found a kindred spirit in cult comedy mockumentary director Christopher Guest. Guest told Variety, "When I met her, I knew there was something going on that was special. And I was right, fortunately. In the early 2000s, she joined him for 4 separate films: Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, For Your Consideration, and Mascots. For Coolidge, these comedies gave her a chance to really show off her improv skills. She told the Irish Times, "The great thing about doing a job with Christopher is that it is the ultimate creative experience. You can't believe the power he gives you. He is such a smart person." Alongside her improvisational work in Christopher Guest's films, Jennifer Coolidge also began to land starring and supporting roles in other big blockbuster comedies. First came the OG MILF, Stifler's mom in American Pie, then Paulette, the ditzy manicurist in Legally Blonde, and then Fiona, the vain, wicked stepmother in Hilary Duff's A Cinderella Story. Despite all of the success, Coolidge's blossoming comedy career had its downsides. Coolidge told Vanity Fair, "I did these jobs that I felt locked me into a certain perception. I was in this weird bubble for a really long time, and it just goes to show that you should really hold out and not just keep repeating yourself. But a lot of the time I was like, I don't know if I'll ever have an offer again." And so, Coolidge became Hollywood's go-to comedic character actor. For a time, anyway. After skyrocketing to fame in Hollywood, Jennifer Coolidge's career began to slow down. Though she continued to work pretty steadily, the parts were smaller and fewer and farther between. and usually carbon copies of her cult favorite roles from the past. There was Gentlemen Broncos, the 2009 comedy by the makers of Napoleon Dynamite. There was Beauty and the Briefcase, a 2010 TV movie starring Hilary Duff. And then there was Austenland, a 2013 comedy about Jane Austen's superfans. Coolidge explained to Jimmy Fallon in 2022.
I sort of, I was going through a dead zone and, not much was going on.
Jennifer Coolidge's so-called career dead zone finally came to an end in 2018 when pop star Ariana Grande happened to do an imitation of the actress on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
God, you look like the 4th of July.
When Coolidge saw the impression, she was struck by inspiration. A friend suggested that she DM Grande to compliment her on the imitation.
The next thing you know, I was going to her house getting fit for a wardrobe fitting for Thank You Next.
In the music video, Coolidge reprises her famous role from Legally Blonde. As she later told The Guardian, "Appearing in the music video helped get me back in the game, and I'm so glad." Just as Jennifer Coolidge's career seemed to be on the up, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. For Coolidge, it couldn't have come at a worse time. She found herself locked down with her young assistant, becoming reliant on vegan pizzas. Coolidge told People, "It was just very lonely times. You can sort of numb out any worry you have in the world if you just eat another pizza." Coolidge spiraled into a depression, fearing that the lockdown would last forever. She told The Times, "I just felt like it was the darkest time, and I never thought we would really come back from it. I was just thinking, who do I leave my things to?" After spending the lockdown feeling depressed and gaining a fair amount of weight, Coolidge didn't exactly feel ready to accept a new role, even a career-making role in Mike White's latest drama, The White Lotus. So, when she got the part, she almost turned it down. She confessed to InStyle, "I just looked like crap and didn't want to be on camera." Thankfully, a friend convinced her that she had to take the part, and she did. It's a good thing Jennifer Coolidge accepted the role of Tanya in The White Lotus because it completely transformed her career. As Tanya, a vain and selfish heiress, Coolidge entered new acting territory. Instead of playing a caricature, she was playing a three-dimensional, authentic character.
I just want to skip all the layers and just go straight to the crazy.
She apparently used her own experience of losing her mother at a young age to inform her performance, and Tanya was a huge hit. In fact, the role even earned her her first Emmy nomination and win. It's clear that The White Lotus didn't just change her career, it also changed her life. As Coolidge gushed to Variety, "Whatever Mike White did for me, I would wish that for every actor." After winning her first Emmy in The White Lotus, the sky really does seem to be the limit for Jennifer Coolidge. She may have thought that she'd always be typecast as ditzy blondes, but now anything could come next. She told GQ, "I would love to do dramatic stuff, more of it, definitely." And it seems that she's finally at that stage in her career when people might be willing to trust her with meatier parts. What kind of dramatic roles can we expect to see? Well, ideally the troubled ones. She told Vogue in 2022, "I feel like I can relate. A lot of comedy people are sad clowns. We might even see Coolidge pop up on stage." Coolidge told The Guardian, "I'd love to go back to theater and do a serious play. And then the Melania biopic, of course." Even though Jennifer Coolidge's renaissance is upon us, the actress is still more than happy to revisit roles from previous eras of her career. In fact, soon we can expect to see her reprising Paulette from Legally Blonde for a third installment in the franchise. So far, the project's release date hasn't been announced. However, as writer Mindy Kaling told Time, the film will pick up with Elle Woods in her 40s. Kaling mused to the outlet, "Her brightness and her cheerfulness really worked when she was 22, but how has life changed her perspective on things?" It seems that Coolidge is thrilled to be part of the project, even if it's coming together slowly. She told The Guardian, "We've done reunions on Zoom. Mindy Kaling is writing the script, and obviously Reese Witherspoon is very involved too. I can't wait."